Coming to you live from points across America, this is ComedySportz. Welcome to the screen, your referee for tonight's match, recommended by most doctors, Stedman.
Good evening. Welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to the ComedySportz World Championship. What you're about to see is competitive improvisational comedy. Competitive because we've got a team from St. Louis and a team from San Antonio duking it out for laughs, points, and advancement in the ComedySportz World Championship. It's improvisational because everything they say and do will be made up entirely on the spot. And it's comedy because unlike sports like curling and badminton, we're funny on purpose. My name is Rick. I'm your referee tonight. Everybody say, hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Hi, Rickery.
Thank you. Those of you who I can hear, and those of you who are doing that at home, thank you even more. So I've got jobs. You've got jobs. Let me tell you about my jobs for this match. My jobs are to keep things moving along fast and funny, to call any fouls that might be necessary, and to explain the games. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, why are there fouls? This is a comedy show. Well, it's a comedy show played as a sport. And as such, there are several hundred fouls in the ComedySportz rulebook, but only 2 you need to worry your pretty little heads over. I'm going to go over those now. The first of those fouls is the brown bag foul. Please, wherever you are, raise your hands up, say and do that with me. We won't look stupid if we're all doing it together, even if we're all in different places. Here we go. The brown bag foul. Now, the brown bag foul is in place to keep ComedySportz rated E for all ages. You're welcome. What that means is we've got audience members of different ages, sensibilities, backgrounds. We want everybody to be able to have a good time. So if a player says or does something lewd, crude, rude, socially unacceptable, or offensive, I will blow my whistle. I'll signal the brown bag foul, and I will make them place a brown paper bag over their heads for the remainder of that scene or game. Not only that, but that player's team will lose 1 point. Everybody go, oh no!
Oh, no!
Oh, yes. All right, now, I can't place a brown paper bag over your head. So when we come to you for suggestions in the chat, please just remember that this is a show for everybody and, be cool. We can't put a brown paper bag over your head. We can kick you out of the Zoom. We don't want to have to do that. So just, be cool. That's the brown bag foul. The next foul you need to know about is the groaner foul. Please, if you're alone at home, just give yourself a little stretch. If you're with people, lightly chop their tracheas. And say and do that with me. It is the groaner foul. Thank you. The groaner foul is in place to keep ComedySportz from being too stupid. The players are improvising. They're making everything up. Sometimes, they aim for funny, but they trip and they fall in dumb. If that happens, if they make a joke so bad that I assume each of you, wherever you're watching this from, is groaning in pain, well, before I explain what'll happen, let's get an example of just such a terrible joke from our wonderful announcer, Bobby Socks Rathbone. Bobby, you got a groaner for us.
Yes, I've been worrying my pretty little head about it all afternoon already. But what was Beethoven's favorite fruit?
I literally don't know. What was Beethoven's favorite fruit?
Banana.
Oh, too soon.
I kind of like that one. All right. If you hear a joke that bad or, I get tickled, I will blow my whistle. I will signal the groaner foul. Play will continue through that scene or game, but at the end of that scene or game, the offending player will have to come onto the screen and apologize for making you groan. Now, you'll get a chance to vote. If you accept that apology, play goes on, no harm, no foul. If you deny that apology, yes harm, yes foul, that player's team will lose 1 point. Everybody go, oh no!
Oh no!
No!
Oh yes. All right, those are the fouls you need to know about. The other fouls I will tell you about as I make them up. Like I said, I'm going to be coming to you for suggestions throughout the night, so get your typing fingers ready. Type into the chat make sure that you have selected 2 panelists and attendees so that we can all see your wonderful suggestions when we need them. And with that, I'm going to turn things over to Bobby so that we can meet the players.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to tonight's preliminary match between our foes from St. Louis and our home team from San Antonio. Now coming to the screen is the visiting team for tonight's match, all the way from St. Louis, the St. Louis Arch Nemesis, featuring Ken Udig Wells, Michael Wheelbarrow, and team captain, Doug, the little tugboat that could, Imler. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the screen, your home team for tonight's match. All the way from San Antonio, Texas, the San Antonio Pun Slingers, featuring Bailey air guitar solo, a poppin' bottle of Cristal Hernandez, and team captain, Jaylene Cuisine Sager. Now welcome back to the screen, your referee, recommended by most doctors, Stedman, to start this party off.
Thank you, Bobby. All right, folks at home, every time I say the following phrase, I want you to go crazy with applause, stamp your feet, pump your hands, throw children, whatever you can legally get away with whenever I say, captains to the playing screen.
No, my child!
All right, we've got Captain St. Louis, Captain San Antonio for our opening coin toss. St. Louis, call it in the air.
Heads.
I'm going to say tails.
A quarter. It was a quarter.
Always go with the quarter. Come on.
Oh my goodness. Well, I can see where I'm defeated.
St. Louis, you won. I'm sorry, San Antonio, you won the toss. You get to choose the opening game. Come back, St. Louis. Come back. We're not done with you. You get to choose the opening game to challenge the blue team to. What do you want to challenge them?
We want to challenge them to top that.
Do you accept?
Oh my goodness. I accept.
Good. You had no choice. Prepare your teams. Game of top that, we're going to get a player up from each team. We will get a suggestion of some sort of a physical activity. So go ahead and start writing physical activities into the chat. Could be a sport, could be a chore, could be neither of those things. We will get a suggestion, and one of the players will begin doing that activity. So, for instance, it might be, I'm driving a car, and then they'll say, top that. The other player will do the same physical action, but give it a different justification. I'm milking a very tall cow. Top that. It's going to go back and forth like that until one of the players is eliminated. They can be eliminated for hesitating, for saying something that doesn't look like the activity, for repeating something. If I get tired of looking at them, really any reason I want, I can throw them out of there. At home, please do that with me. They will be out of there.
Out of there.
It's fun. It's just fun. All right, so the final player on screen at the end of the game will win 5 points for their team. Let's get a player up from each team. All right. We've got Doug and we've got Bailey. Excellent. What's our first suggestion for this game, Bobby?
Throwing out the first suggestion of the night is Chelsea Wells with Mowing the Lawn.
Very nice. Well done, Chelsea. Thank you so much. Blue, you lost the coin toss. I'm going to allow you to initiate. Red, you will receive. The suggestion is Mowing the Lawn. Players, are you ready?
Ready.
Yes.
Begin.
I'm mowing the lawn. Top that.
Giving 2 fist bumps to my bros. Top that.
I'm making a gingerbread man so he can run away from me. Top that.
I'm working out my arms so I can give hugs better. Top that.
I'm punching in slow motion to practice for the next Steven Seagal movie. Top that.
I'm showing off my rings very close. Top that.
I'm just doing a chest exercise. Top that.
We are rowing your boat and my boat. Top that.
I'm showing off the new infomercial thing for a rubber band exerciser.
I'm sorry, that was our third exercise justification. Blue is out of there.
Out of there.
All right, let's get another blue player up and another suggestion, Bobby.
We're going to go with golfing.
Golfing, very nice. All right, Red, you're going to initiate on this. Golfing, begin.
I'm pulling out a golf club. Top that.
I'm challenging you to a duel, D'Artagnan. Top that.
I'm painting rainbows in the sky. Top that.
I'm Zeus throwing a lightning bolt at my enemies. Top that.
I'm measuring the size of my Zoom screen. Top that.
I'm Tom Sawyer painting a fence. For now, top that.
I'm just missing the zip line hold. Ah, top that.
I'm sorry, Red, you changed the activity a little too much for me. She is out of there. Let's get a new player, Red, up. And a new suggestion, Bobby.
Our suggestion is conducting an orchestra.
Conducting an orchestra. All right, it is Michael and Crystal. Michael, you will initiate conducting an orchestra. Begin.
I'm conducting an orchestra. Top that.
I'm casting a spell on you, Harry Potter. Top that.
I'm drawing a better smile on the Mona Lisa. Top that.
I'm a professional windshield wiper. Top that.
I'm hypnotizing my brother to love me. Top that.
I'm doing my physical therapy exercises because I broke my wrist. Top that.
I'm a really ineffectual cowboy roper. Top that.
I am spooning a bowl of ice cream into my mouth. Top that.
I am punching the invisible ghost right above my head. Top that.
I'm sorry, you never want to do that. That ghost is vindictive. He is out of there. Yeah, good call, ref. Good call. All right.
Yeah, good job.
We've got the final blue player up, and still one more player from red. Is that correct? All right. It is Crystal and Ken. Let's get another suggestion, Bobby.
We are carving a pumpkin.
Carving a pumpkin. Delightful. All right, Red, you are initiating carving a pumpkin.
I'm carving a pumpkin. Top that.
I'm a pirate looking for my mask. Oh, top that.
I'm fixing my car. Top that.
I'm punching a cat in a box. Top that.
I hope there's a prize at the end of this tunnel. Top that.
The dentist said, spit here. Top that.
I don't think I can top that. That was really good.
She was so lovely and honest, but she is out of there. Thank you, Crystal. Final player up from red. This is our final round. It's Jaylene versus Ken, St. Louis and San Antonio. Bobby, what's our suggestion?
Driving a race car.
Driving a race car. All right, it better look like a race car and not a regular car. Ken, you will be initiating. This is our final round. Begin.
You driving a race car. Top that.
I'm playing a tiny whack-a-mole. Top that.
Milking a cow very fast for the record. Top that.
I'm drinking 2 milkshakes. Top that.
Banging on a drum just like Ricky Ricardo. Top that.
I'm making my own butter. Top that.
If you had a left and a right, it'd look like this with a left and a right there. Top that.
I'm beating up tiny children. Top that.
Ooh, you know, I'm playing the thing on the game. The badminton. That's what it is. Top that.
I'm sorry, you're clearly auctioneering is what you're doing. He
dang
is out of there. 5 points to the red team. What's that make our score, Bobby?
That's going to bring our score to 5 for San Antonio and 0 for St. Louis. This scoring update brought to you by the Peter Pan Thrown Children Flying School. After one session with them, you'll be hooked.
Oh,
so
boy.
True. It's so true. Red Captain, get on up here. There you are. Hi, Jaylene.
Hi, Rick.
Taking an early lead. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You get to choose a game for just your team to play. What's that going to be?
We're going to play Principal's Office.
Okay, so we need someone to leave the Zoom and be hanging out in our waiting room. Who's that going to be?
That's going to be Bailey air guitar solo.
All right, Bailey. Everybody at home say, bye, Bailey.
Bye, Bailey.
Wait, Bailey come on screen so we can see her disappear? Excellent.
And away she will go. There, she's gone. All right. So Bailey is going to be guessing in this game of Principal's Office. So we're going to need 3 suggestions of things for her to guess. The first thing that I'd like, she is a student. She's been brought to the principal's office for doing something wrong, some kind of an infraction. What is an activity that isn't actually anything wrong? You would not get in trouble for whatever this activity is. And while you're writing that, I'm also going to want the name of a famous celebrity who is not in trouble for anything right now. There are 4 of them. And I'm going to need the name of a location, either a very specific location or a general location, like a convenience store. Either way. So those are all coming into the chat. I'm going to go to Bobby. Bobby, what first is going to be our infraction that she is guilty of?
She will be guilty of walking the dog.
Oh, man. Rough. That's rough. Okay. Who will be her accomplice for this activity?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Spider-Man himself, Mr. Tom Holland. And where will they have been walking the dog?
The bathroom in a dive bar.
All right. So it might actually be kind of criminal because a dog could pick up all sorts of stuff. All right, so that is what she is here to confess to. She's going to be called into the principal's office. Her teammates are going to try to get her to guess these 3 things. And they will only have a total of 3 minutes to try to get her to guess all 3 things. If she gets all 3 things, I'm going to give them a bonus point because I am kind and merciful. Red Captain, come on up on screen and reiterate our suggestions for us.
So the infraction is going to be walking the dog. The celebrity is going to be Tom Holland, the Spider-Man person. And the location is going to be the bathroom in a dive bar, which makes it almost a crime because of the dog in the dive bar, I think is what you said.
Yeah, like dogs should be in healthier places. Okay, very good. So we need to get Bailey back in here on the count of 3. Everybody at home, yell, Bailey, come back. 1, 2, 3.
Bailey, come back.
And there's Bailey. Welcome back, Bailey. Hello, hello. So glad to have you back. We have 3 things for you to try to guess. Something funny happened in the waiting room, but we'll find out about that later. There are 3 minutes on the clock. This is the game of Principal's Office. Red team, are you ready?
Ready!
Begin.
So, Principal Hollingsworth, we got him here, and we caught him red-handed. He was just, thinking that he was doing nothing wrong, but,
I wasn't doing nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I'd never do anything wrong at this school.
It's the same story every time you come in here. You appreciate physical fitness a little too much, young lady. A little bit too much, little one.
I appreciate the human form. What can you say?
Well, you don't just appreciate the human form, you appreciate all forms, and it's apparently twice a day.
Well, anatomy class ain't gonna take itself. So, I gotta really just get in there and study my flashcards.
I realize this is gonna be rough, but you are gonna have to just fess up to what you did.
You're not gonna get a confession out of me. You got nothing on me.
You got real short leash on you, okay? Real short.
Hey, I was just
back and forth all around a mile a day, waiting for some poop to happen.
Yeah, well, if it's a crime to walk your dog, I'm not gonna, stand for this. I don't like this school. I'm gonna get a transfer.
You can say that walking the dog wasn't the crime, but you know what the problem was? It was who you were with. And don't even just, you were just on a web of lies.
What would Zendaya think? Huh?
No, things are a little bit tricky, Tobey Maguire is, he's a real dark character, all right?
Yeah, he is, but you were with the old one, you were with the new one, and we know it.
Andrew Garfield, also a shady guy, He's leading me down a path I don't want to go.
You're not going to go to homecoming if you don't confess to this, okay?
You know what? Spider-Man likes to say that he likes to keep it on the straight and narrow, but he's a liar. He's a liar. He walks dogs all the time.
Yeah, but then the real guy of Spider-Man, he's the one you gotta be careful with, you know?
You really want to unmask Tom Holland? Right like that?
Yeah, I do. And you know where? You know where we saw you two?
No, because you got nothing.
You're underage. You shouldn't have even been there in the first place, because you know 21 years and older is the only people who can be there.
30 seconds.
Most bars, they allow dogs. Most bars allow dogs.
Yeah, but you're gonna flush your future away if you're thinking that way.
You know, bar bathrooms, you skip a step when you're picking up the dog poop, you know?
Yeah, you do.
20 seconds.
So maybe I don't like that you support local places, okay?
Especially disgusting, horrible, dirty local places. You know, bars like that. That kind of a bar.
I really don't like a pub, okay? Pub bathrooms just suck. And that's why I don't take my dog there to poop with Tom Holland.
You're gonna have to go off the board for that. Because you have to jump in.
5.
Head first.
Dive bars are the best place to do dog poop activities, okay?
But what about the flushing?
Bailey, tell us what you were doing.
I was walking my dog.
Tell us who you were with.
Tom Holland himself.
And tell us where you were.
I was in a dive bar restroom.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's a bonus point. That is all 3. Give it up for the red team. Wow. Now, last actual second. That is amazing. All right, lock that game away in your thought pocket. You're going to have to refer back to it. In the meantime, Blue Captain, get on up here. All right, Blue Captain, you now get to play a game with just your team. What's that going to be?
Well, I think we should step it up and play 2 games at the same time. So we're going to play ABC and forward reverse in the same game.
Wow, that is risky. All right, prepare your team. ABC forward reverse. That's intense. All right, so folks at home, first up, what I need is for you to put a letter of the alphabet in the chat. And I'd also like, how about something that you would buy if somebody gave you $100 and you could go buy it right now. So first off, Bobby, what is that letter of the alphabet going to be?
The first letter I see is C.
C. Very good. Very good. And what is the thing that is our suggestion?
Beef Wellington.
Boy, aim high, folks at home. Aim high. All right, Beef Wellington is your suggestion. The way that this game is going to work, the players are going to begin an ABC scene. That means that our first line of the scene is going to begin with the letter C. The next line will begin with D, and so on through the alphabet. If they get to Z, they will then go back to A and start over. But that alone would already be a full game. They're also playing forward reverse, which means anytime I want, I can blow my whistle and yell reverse, and they must begin performing the scene in reverse. I can blow my whistle again, say forward, and they will go forward. It goes back and forth until something funny happens or someone gets hurt, which is the same. All right, so ABC, forward reverse, starting with the letter C. Your suggestion is Beef Wellington. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Begin.
Charles, help me with the beef Wellington. The guests are almost here.
Dad, I'm a vegetarian.
Edward, you know Charles is a vegetarian.
Reverse.
Edward, you know Charles is a vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian.
Forward.
Dad, I'm a vegetarian.
Edward, you know Charles is a vegetarian.
Forget about that. The beef Wellington is burning. I mean, he's always into some new thing.
God, Dad, that thing had a face.
Here for the face. Here.
I'm not concerned about animal welfare right now. The guests are coming and the dinner's going to be ruined.
Just tell that to Fluffy.
Reverse.
I'm not
Tell that to
concerned.
Fluffy.
I'm not concerned about animal welfare right now. The guests are coming.
Here for the animal face. Here.
Forward.
Here for the animal face. Here.
I'm not concerned about animal welfare. The guests are
Reverse.
coming. Dinner's going to be ruined.
Reverse.
I'm not concerned about animal welfare. The guests are coming. Dinner's going to be ruined.
Forward.
I'm not concerned about animal welfare. The guests are coming. Dinner's going to be ruined.
Just tell that to Fluffy. Dad.
Caviar would be good at this point.
Reverse.
Caviar would be good at this point.
Just
Forward.
tell that to Fluffy, Dad. Just tell that to Fluffy, Dad.
Caviar would be good at this point.
Look, neither of you are helping right now. I have a burning roast, and we're not getting any caviar with a K. We're not having any more animal welfare talk. The guests are coming.
My.
Look, we're not having. Neither of you are helping. We're not getting any caviar with a K. We're not doing any more animal welfare stuff. The guests are coming.
Just tell that to Fluffy.
Forward.
Just tell that to Fluffy.
Reverse all the way to the beginning.
Just tell that to Fluffy.
Caviar would be good right about now, I think. Yes, of course.
I'm just so concerned about the guests right now.
Your son is a vegetarian. We all know this, Charles.
Here, Butler.
And that's time. The game of ABC Forward Reverse. Give it up for the St. Louis Blue Team. Oh my goodness, that was delightful. All right, so we saw two great games from two great teams. It is now incumbent upon you to judge between them to decide who will get the next 5 points. Before we do that, I want to swear you all in as audience judges. Raise your right hand if you're able and repeat after me. I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky,
I'll be there.
I'll be there. All right, you're all judges. Congratulations. Red gave us the game of Principal's Office. Blue gave us the game of ABC Forward Reverse. You can only vote for one. Vote now, vote now. And I'm just gonna hang out while we wait for the results. And meantime, I would like to thank our amazing behind-the-scenes tech person tonight, Mr. Jay Reading Rambo. Thank you, Jay. And hopefully that burned a little time as we wait for our results.
Sir, would you not like to talk about supporting the cities that we see here tonight, and that the links for these supporting moments will be in the chat shortly?
No. All right, I will. Hey, these local comedy sportses could all use your help. They've had a pandemic year just like everybody, but unlike maybe everybody, they've been unable to do shows in person. So hey, maybe throw a little help their way. Maybe go see a show, buy a gift card, whatever they've got to offer. Info is in the chat. In the meantime, let's get a new score. Bobby.
With this round, that's going to bring our score to 11 for San Antonio and 0 for St. Louis. This scoring update brought to you by Too Many Spider-Man Pasta Emporium. You don't just eat it up, we see you gobbling it.
Wow. Wow. You know what? I can't call the groaner foul on him, but he has to try to sleep tonight. All right, here's that phrase again, folks. Captains to the playing screen. Here they are. Hey, Red Captain, you have taken a commanding lead. Blue Captain, you're still here too. I'm going to allow you to challenge the Red Team to our next game. What's that going to be?
Well, I think I'll have to challenge them to a game of challenge to make it challenging.
It is indeed. Do you accept?
We accept the challenge to be challenged, and we'll challenge.
Great. That's enough of that. Go prepare your team. The way that this is going to work is I would like from you in the chat a suggestion of a subject you genuinely wish you knew more about. Something, not something silly, something that you'd actually like to know more about. And the way that this is going to work is we're going to get a player up from the red team to start. They're in the lead. And that player is going to be on the screen, and they're going to speak to you as an expert on that subject. Let's get that subject now, actually, Bobby. What is that subject going to be?
That subject's going to be astrology.
Astrology. Okay, so they're going to speak to you as an expert on the subject of astrology. The blue team is going to be listening very carefully to find any flaw that they can in what the red player is saying. If they find a flaw, they're going to come onto the screen. They're going to say challenge. I will hear their challenge, and if I accept their challenge, they will take the screen and begin speaking as an expert. It's going to go back and forth like that for the rest of the night. Just kidding. It's a timed game. Can you imagine? It's a 3-minute game. The player who is on screen at the end of 3 minutes will win a big 5 points for their team. So our subject is astrology. This is the game of challenge. Let's get a red player up on the screen. All right, it's going to be Bailey. Bailey, there are 3 minutes on the clock. Begin.
Astrology is the study of a horoscope and predictive future based on the 12 different constellations in the sky, or more recently, 13 constellations in the sky. It starts with Aries, which is the ram, and those dates go between April and the end of March, if we're going backwards, because astrology.
Challenge!
Yeah.
Calendars don't run backwards.
That's true. Time is an arrow. Blue, you take the screen.
Time goes forward until its inevitable conclusion. The end of the show. Not something morbid like death, because we're a family show. We're not going to discuss that. We're just going to discuss the end of the evening, where a good way to settle down is with a cup of soup or perhaps a cat in your lap. Because
Challenge!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never a good idea to relax with a cat in your lap when you have allergies.
That's fair. That's fair. Red, you take the screen.
So
2 minutes 15.
Here's the thing. Allergies can make you sneeze, and then allergies can push people away and make you end up alone forever.
Challenge!
Yeah.
Allergies can also pull people close, like your doctor that might want to give you a hug to get over that allergy.
Oh, that's sweet. Blue, you take the screen.
Your doctor is a trained professional. This person has everything that there is to know about the human body memorized right here. It's all in their head. If you ask them about an arm, they can tell you every bone, every muscle, every tendon, everything.
Challenge.
Yeah.
That's why they have books in Google, because they can't remember everything because there's different types of doctors.
They're only human. That's fair. Crystal, you got the screen. Minute 50.
So humans are okay to forget things, okay? It happens. That's why we have to-do lists. That's
Challenge!
10.
I forgot what my challenge was, but it's okay.
Leave the screen.
Right, exactly how we had a demonstration about sometimes we forget the rules and sometimes we have to have little notes of what's going to happen, because if not, we're going to forget. This is why I have 50 timers on my phone to remind me to do.
Challenge!
Doug.
Sometimes people have a medical condition that makes them unable to forget. They have eidetic memory.
That's true. And what a curse. Doug, it goes to you. Minute and a half.
Sometimes people just are always able to remember everything that happens in their life. And as a result of that, they can't forget anything embarrassing that happens. Like, I don't know, they're in 7th grade and someone pulls down their shorts during gym class. That's not cool. And you shouldn't do that, because some people will just never forget that for the rest of their life. And it'll just play in the back of their head, no matter what they're doing or thinking about. But there are other tragedies that can affect you for memory as well, such as not remembering, such as always remembering everything that you've ever said. So that, let's say you're talking to someone and you fancy them, but you say something a little silly, and then you're walking away with that walk of shame because you feel that you've embarrassed yourself.
Oh, thank goodness. Yes.
I have never walked away in shame. I am an expert flirter.
Wow. I want to hear about this. 45 seconds. Bailey, you've got it.
Listen, confidence is key when you're talking to other people. Utilizing-
Challenge!
Michael,
Lots of money helps too, more so than confidence.
it's very hard to argue against that. Michael, you've got the screen.
If you've got money and you're buying cocktails for the bar, you buy friendship, you demand respect, and that basically gives you a false sense of confidence, but not truly confident.
Challenge!
They like me without the money.
Not all of us were in sororities and fraternities and had to pay for our friends.
Yeah, Michael. Bailey,
sorry.
you've got the screen.
So as I was saying, charisma and confidence are key when you are building relationships with other people. Also, eye
Challenge!
contact.
Michael,
Who wants to make relationships with people? People are terrible. Cats are much better.
I am a cat owner, and I can tell you that cats are equally terrible. Bailey, you've got the screen.
As I was saying, eye contact with another person, though intimidating, will dominate the conversation.
Challenge!
10.
That eye contact she has right now is sure intimidating, but I'm going to challenge her on it.
Okay. I'm not sure what the challenge is, but it's going to you, Ken. 10
When
seconds.
you have eyes, typically there's two. Could be one, could be three.
Challenge!
Jaylene. Crystal.
You can have one eye and still function.
He did
Or
mention
no
one
eyes.
eye. He did mention one eye, Crystal. He covered that base. Still you, Ken.
Okay, thank you. The ayes have it is another expression that's kind of fun to say. That means that everyone has voted
Challenge!
aye and has voted yes for this thing. And
The eyes have it is not fun to say. I just said it and you don't see me smiling.
No, you look pretty bummed.
Yeah.
4 seconds.
I think what's more fun to say is
She
I
hasn't
love
looked
you.
happy all
Michael.
night. You can't blame it on the saying.
Say that again, Michael.
You can't blame it on that. She hasn't looked happy all night.
Oh, I think she's a joyful and lovely person, but I'm going to let you have the screen for a completely different reason, Michael. You've got it.
I just want to say da 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 da. Suck up that time. Suck up that
Next
time.
yeah.
Absolute coincidence. The blue team wins that round. What's that make our
What?
score, Bobby?
That's going to make our score 5 for St. Louis, 11 for San Antonio. This scoring update brought to you by the Gary Oldman Planetarium, now offering free stargazing. No kidding, we're serious.
Wow.
What you talking about
However,
with us?
I would like to give a bonus point to Jaylene because she took that with good humor, and that is great.
And I'm smiling, Rick. I promise I have smiled.
Challenge, that's a fake.
Game's over. However, that bonus point is only for Jaylene. It's not for the red team. So it doesn't affect our score in any perceivable way. Hey, red captain Jaylene, get on up here. Hi.
Hi, Rick.
All right, this bit is making me uncomfortable. Your team now gets to play another game. You're still in the lead. What would you like to play?
We'd like to play three corners.
Ooh, very nice. Let's get your team on screen and do it. The game of three corners, we're going to get three separate suggestions. So in the chat, let's get activities, locations, and maybe objects. And we'll take one of each of those things. What we're going to do is we're going to assign one suggestion to each individual pair of players. So right now, Bailey and Crystal are on screen. We're going to get a suggestion for their scene. So, Bobby, what is that suggestion going to be?
Their suggestion is disco ball.
Disco ball. Fantastic. All right, one of them is going to drop off. Great, and Jaylene has come back on. So we're going to get a different suggestion for Crystal and Jaylene. What's that going to be?
The Hill at Witching Hour.
The Hill at Witching Hour. I don't know if it's specific enough, but we'll make it work.
12:52 p.m.
And for Bailey and Jaylene, what is our final suggestion?
Camping.
Camping. Totally different. Great. So these are three separate scenes with three separate suggestions, and we are going to jump from scene to scene. And if that doesn't make sense to you, it will shortly. And if it doesn't, I'm sorry. So we are going to start with Disco Ball. This is the game of 3 corners. Red team, are you ready?
Ready?
Ready.
Begin.
This
I'm
playground
glad you-
rocks.
Rocks.
The tether ball is a disco ball. Look at it. I mean, I could look at it for 5 hours straight.
Recess is only 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, we better get
The hill at witching hour.
Oh my! Look at what time it is. 12:52 to be precise. Timothy.
I am just glad that I brought snacks with us today because I get a little hungry at witching hour. Just a little bit.
Timothy, you are always thinking ahead. When you bring a snack, my tummy is happy. Unfortunately, today, I won't be having snacks because I can see you've brought some that are full of gluten.
Camping. Disco Ball.
There
We're
are
supposed-
diamonds in the sandbox.
Okay, I feel like this is not where we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be taking our spelling test, and you keep finding treasure at the playground.
Yeah.
Camping. The hill at witching hour.
And you don't like my snacks?
You remember the last time you brought me gluten? Timothy is my brother who has lived with me for 20 plus years. I don't understand why you never bring me a snack that I like.
We were only at the hospital for 5 hours.
Camping. The hill at witching hour.
5 hours in the hospital is a long time when your intestines are going berserk.
Sorry.
I am a much better twin than you are, Timothy.
Disco Ball.
The fairy realm is not the recess playground.
I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I've heard you can't leave, but I mean, it's pretty.
Camping. Time. The game of 3 corners from San Antonio. All right, lock that away in your brain bucket. You're going to need to refer back to it. In the meantime, Blue Captain, get on up here.
Oh, that's me.
Hey, it is. Good for you.
Oh my
All
goodness.
So you are catching up with the red team. I'm going to let you choose another game. Another game for you to clean.
Another game? Oh my goodness. I
So
think
What's that
we're
going
going
to
to play a game of acronym panel.
be? Acronym panel. Very nice. Prepare your team.
Also, just to bring it to your attention, I think you need to give Mary Ann from chat a point for saying game. That's
Fine.
all. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you. Prepare your team. Marianne knows she already has all the points from me. All right. So what you're going to see is the game of acronym panel. We're going to meet 3 players from the blue team. I'm sorry, three characters from the blue team, played by the players. the jargon, you guys. There's so much of it. And those three characters are going to tell us what the meaning is for different acronyms that we might already be familiar with in other uses. I'll give you an example of an acronym. FBI is an acronym. So is CIA. A lot of government agencies are also acronyms. Anyway, we're going to find out the meaning to these characters of those acronyms. So go ahead and start writing some acronyms in the chat. They don't all have to be 3 letters. They can be longer acronyms as well. But probably mostly ones that are real. Okay. In the meantime, this is the game of acronym panel. Begin. Players, let's meet panelist number 1.
Hey, it's me, Bobby Kennedy. I am a house flipping guy. That's my deal. That's what I do. If you have a house, I'm going to flip it. If you want to make some fast cash, sell me your house. I'll sell it to someone else for a higher price, and then I'll keep the difference. That's what I do. Anyway, it's me, Bobby Kennedy. You got my number.
All right, Bobby Kennedy, no relation. Panelist number 2.
Greetings and salutations. It is I, Bart Dove Avon. You may call me Bart. I am the great Shakespearean scholar of the ages, or at least east of Illinois.
All right, Bart Dove Avon, thank you very much. Panelist number 3.
Hey, how you doing there? My name is Aaron. Aaron, that's A-A-R-O-N, Aaron. And I'm an ESL teacher. That's Elvis as a second language. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. This is going to be quite a thing, folks. So let's get started with our first acronym. Bobby, what is it?
QTR.
QTR. Let's start with Bobby Kennedy. Bobby, tell us what QTR means to you.
Well, you got to understand that real estate is a really cutthroat business. You got a lot of people out there and they're trying it and maybe they're just not cut out for it. So the second rule of real estate after trying real estate is QTR, which is quit trying real estate.
All right. Good to know. Thank you. Bart Dove Avon.
Thou might call me Bart. QTR. It's shorthand fight choreography. Or when they battle with the death of young Tybalt, QTR, quickly tackle Romeo. Forsooth.
Forsooth indeed. All right, and Aaron, the ESL teacher.
Oh, yes, sir. I just want to say, just for a minute now, I want to tell you QTR. That means quartets take rhythm, if you know what I mean. They're always backing me up. It was always the guys backing me up. They were the quartet, and they always had the rhythm. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. That's all I want to say.
I do know what you mean. Thank you, Aaron. All right, what's our next acronym, Bobby?
OMG.
OMG, you guys. Let's hear first from Bart Dove Avon.
Yes, good sir. I see you are a man of great renown. OMG. Who committed the murders? Yes, Othello murders girls. And a few men, but mostly girls.
It's funny because it's true. Thank you. And Aaron.
Hey, I just want to say, I got OMG. OMG, octaves make great. Octaves are great, man. You sing it at this one, and you sing it out here at this one, and you sing it up there, that one. That's what you do. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Aaron. And finally, Bobby Kennedy, tell us about OMG.
Oh my goodness. You got to understand that not every real estate deal is a solid investment. So what you got to do is you got to understand that you're taking a risk on here. So you got to OMG, openly mitigate your gambles. Otherwise, you're going to end up in the red. It's going to be terrible. You got to think about these things.
I do think about them. Thank you, Bobby Kennedy. Bobby, what's our next acronym?
NASA.
NASA. Let's hear first from Aaron.
Well, I'll tell you, NASA, that's a big one, boy. That's one you need to know about. That's never ask silly answers. I see you never ask for silly answers. What you want to do, man? What you want to do, I'll tell you right now. You always want to get serious answers. You never ask for silly answers. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do.
Thank you. Now I doubt why we are playing this game. Let's hear from Bobby Kennedy.
So one of the things you got to look out for in your real estate dealing is homeowners associations. So something you got to remember is if you got a homeowners association and they're asking you a lot of questions, then you're just in a lot of trouble. So never ask some association. Just never ask about them. Never deal with them. Never make eye contact with them, and your life will be golden. Trust me on this. They can't get you if they don't know where you are.
Or if they can't see you, baby. If they can't see you, they don't know what's going on there.
Deeply, deeply true. And we can't see you, Aaron, so good point. And finally, NASA from Bart Dove Avon.
Yes, this takes me back to the turn of the 1980s when I was directing a young Roseanne Barr in A Midsummer Night's Dream. I had cast a young Tom Arnold as Bottom. Roseanne, of course, was Titania. She seemed to loathe Mr. Arnold. So I had to tell her after she turned him into a donkey. Nibble ass. Seduce ass. It did not work.
And that's time.
But it made a lot of sense, I'll tell you. That made a lot of sense to me.
It really did. That is the game of acronym panel from the blue team. If you're wondering why I didn't call a brown bag on that, it's because he used it for the animal sense, and that is entirely appropriate. I would like to give that game 2 bonus points, 1 for the use of the word mitigate, and 1 for the unexpected casting of Roseanne Barr as Titania. I'm going to think about that tonight. I just know it. Wow. What does that make our score right now, Bobby?
Well, we first need to do our poll, sir.
No, I want to know the score going into the poll.
Going into the poll, our score is 7 for the blue team, 11 for San Antonio, 1 for Jolene.
Thank you for Jaylene. Excellent. And now it's time to do that voting. The red team gave us the game of 3 corners, including the hill at witching hour and very silent camping. The blue team gave us the game of acronym panel, including Bart Dove Avon, Aaron the Elvis teacher, and Bobby Kennedy, but not that one. You can only vote for one, folks. I don't envy you your choice, but please vote now. While we're waiting, I should mention, hey, it's only Wednesday. The virtual championship goes through Thursday and Friday and Saturday. There's going to be so many matches, everybody. You should come back. You should see, I don't know, Los Angeles play tomorrow night. You should see all of the other great cities that aren't Los Angeles. Enjoy the virtual championship. It's amazing. Obviously, I'm delighted to get to share this Zoom screen with talents from all over the hemisphere. So that's pretty exciting. Do we have a score, Bobby?
We do have a score. Our score is now 12 for St. Louis, 11 for San Antonio, 1 for Jaylene. This scoring update brought to you by the Barry Gibbs Urgent Medicare Center for the nights when it might be the night fever.
Wow. There's a lot of wow in what just happened. Thank you very much, Bobby. For the final time of this match, here's that phrase, folks. Captains to the playing screen. Wow. It has turned into a barn burner. San Antonio ran away with it, and then St. Louis ran right back. St. Louis, you have taken the lead. I'm going to allow San Antonio to challenge you to our final game of this match. Captain Jaylene, what's that going to be?
That's going to, we are all going to get into our wrestling gear and we're going to play the game. Let me tell you something, brother.
Wow. Blue team, do you accept?
Of course I accept.
Very good. You have to. All right. Prepare your teams. The way that this game is going to work is we're going to get suggestions from you in the chat. I would love some occupations, maybe a famous celebrity who's not in trouble for anything. That's probably plenty. Actually, I'll even take objects if you've got those. What we're going to do is we're going to get players up. They're going to raise their hand when they've got a joke, and I'm going to call on them. They're going to present a pun based on your suggestion in their best professional wrestler persona. So if the suggestion were, for instance, Apple, they might say, "Let me tell you something, brother. I'm going to shake you to the core." Now, you might have noticed that that was a terrible joke. But that's okay. For this game, the Groner foul was suspended. If I think that it was worthy of a groan, worthy of a laugh, worthy of a wistful sigh, if it's worthy of any noise at all, I will give that team 1 point for their joke. The only way for them not to get a joke is if I think it is unworthy of sound. So let that be your rubric. So let's get our first suggestion, Bobby, and let's get our players on the screen. Bobby,
Our first suggestion for the evening is doctors.
Doctors. Doctors, fantastic. All right. This is a game of let me tell you something, brother. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Begin. Crystal.
Let me tell you something, brother. It's only gonna be one shot. Just one.
Point. Bailey.
Let me tell you something, brother. By the time I'm through with you, your insides are gonna be MD.
Point. Michael.
Let me tell you something, brother. When you face me, it's going to be stick out your tongue and say, ah!
Point. Ken.
Let me tell you something, brother. When you step in that ring, you're going to be nursing your wounds for days.
Point. Jaylene.
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm gonna take you in that ring and I'm gonna win, and my win's gonna be off the chart.
Doug.
Let me tell you something, brother. When I get done with you, you're gonna need a second opinion.
Bailey.
Let me tell you something, brother. We're gonna go in that ring, and I'm gonna leave, but you're gonna be going to the morgue.
Oh, point. Michael.
Let me tell you something, brother. When you face me, you're going to recommend me as an HMO. Oh my God, please stop hurting me.
Point. Doug.
Let me tell you something, brother. If you get in the ring with me, you're gonna have to do more than turn your head and cough.
Point. New suggestion. Bobby, what is it?
Our new suggestion is pilots. Pilots.
Pilots. Begin. Bailey.
Let me tell you something, brother. We're gonna meet, and I'm gonna send you straight to the moon.
Crystal. Oh, Point and Crystal.
Let me tell you something, brother. We're gonna heat up this match.
Point. Ken.
Let me tell you something, brother. When I'm finished with you, you're going straight southwest.
Point. Jaylene.
Let me tell you something, brother. We're gonna get in the ring and you are gonna crash and burn.
Oh, no. Point. Michael.
All right, let me tell you something, tag team Gilbert and Sullivan. You're going to walk my plank. Oh, wait, you said pilot, not pirate.
Arr.
2 points for that delightful Penzance reference. Bailey.
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm gonna hit you so hard, your spirit's gonna fly.
Point. Ken.
Let me tell you something, brother. When this is all over, you're going to need supplemental oxygen and an exit over there, and an exit over there, and an exit over there, brother.
Point. Doug.
Let me tell you something, brother. If you get in the ring with me, you're gonna spend so much time in the air, you're gonna qualify for an in-flight meal.
Point. Bobby, what's our new suggestion?
Our new suggestion is oil baron.
Oil baron. Yup. Bailey.
Let me tell you something, brother. You see this fist? I'm gonna drill it right into your face.
Point. Jaylene.
Let me tell you something, brother. We're gonna get it into that ring and I'm gonna put an X on your face.
Point. Ken.
You can't handle the Valdez, brother.
Point. Bailey.
Let me tell you something, brother. When you walk in, you're gonna walk in on 2 legs, but I'm gonna be J. Paul getting you out of there with no legs.
2 points for that one. That's delightful. Doug.
Let me tell you something, brother. If you get in the ring with me, I'm gonna take you up on the turnstile and do a vertical monopoly on you.
Okay, yeah, point. Michael.
Let me tell you something, brother. I would destroy you in front of your family, but that'd be too crude.
Oh, point. Jaylene.
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm gonna get you in that ring and I'm gonna burn you up because I am flammable.
Point. Ken.
Let me tell you something, brother. I'll tell you in a minute.
And that's time!
What happens when you forget the joke, brother?
All right. Wow. They came fast and furious with those jokes. I have no idea what the score is at this point, but thankfully, I don't need to. That's the job of our announcer, Bobby Sox Rathbone. Before I get that final score of the match, I want to thank our wonderful announcer, Bobby Sox Rathbone, for basically making this match work, because, let's face it, he was doing the hard stuff. Yeah. And I want to thank all of the players from St. Louis and San Antonio. You're fantastic. We're all winners, except that some of you actually win, and some of you won't. Do we have a final score, Bobby?
We have a final score.
All right, I want you to give us a dull little drum roll at home, on your lap, on the head of the person next to you, on objects nearby, maybe a cat. They'll hate it. They'll just hate it. Let's get that final score.
Ah, my cat. And that final game of Let Me Tell You Something, Brother. The San Antonio's Punslingers got 13 dings, bringing their score to 24. However, it wasn't quite enough, as the St. Louis Arch Nemesis got 14 good dings, bringing their score to 26. Final score of the night, 26-24. St. Louis wins the night.
Yes.
St. Louis wins. Oh my goodness. That's a... Wah! Back to you, Bobby.
We'd like to thank you all for joining us for tonight's match. Please give a warm round of applause to the players of ComedySportz. Ken, you dig, Wells. Bailey, air guitar solo. Michael, wheel barrow. A poppin' bottle of Cristal Hernandez. Team Captain, Doug, the little tugboat that could, Imler. Team Captain, Jaylene Cuisine, Sager. And a hand for your referee, recommended by most Dr. Stedman.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you back for the next match at the ComedySportz World Championship. Bye.